Tuesday. Why do I feel like it's been forever since I've been live? No, you're on time. Hello, Baragon. Guys, I am sick. This won't mean anything to Baragon, but I have reduced the files on my computer related to the channel. I used to have a separate file for every different theme for lives, and now they're all one. So carry me through when you go look at them. It's just going to be one for Replica World and one for the other channel. I hope it's just a cold. It was just too much memory. I'm taking away too much from the computer's memory. I don't know what it is. I'm just done with it. So tonight I have a new segment that I'm doing. It's called, and I shouldn't say segment because it's not a segment. Ooh, nice. We will be doing a thing called Endangered Barnyard. That starts tonight. And we're going to be talking about the Pineywoods cattle. Now, I am not in any way an expert on barnyard animals. I'm a naturalist. I don't really do barnyard animals. So, hi Jenny. So take this with a grain of salt as we go through these. What's interesting is that all of these animals, we depended upon them for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we just decide they are not what we want. And so we stop working with them. Baragon Productions, which 3 did you buy? I said hi, hon. I said hi, Jenny. Aberus, I think I know. The other two, I'm not sure on. I'll have to look them up. But in this new theme for lives, we are going to be talking about the breeds of livestock or poultry breeds that are threatened by dying out. We basically going to be looking at the history, as well as maybe talk about why this breed was important and maybe is important. So the Pineywoods cattle is an old breed of cattle. They are descended from Spanish cattle that were brought to North America in the early 1500s. Now, I saw one date that has them arriving in the United States. I said today we're doing a new live segment or a new live theme that talks about breeds of livestock and poultry. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. I can't read it, so probably shouldn't be posting it in my live. Carry me through. I will let you look at that. And it's not us being rude or racist. We can't read it. And if we can't read it, we can't address it or answer it or whatever it may be. Okay. I'm trying to get into live on my Chromebook. So just give me a second. It's okay. Oh, I can't even see it on my Chromebook. So anyway, they are what is called, and I'm not going to be pronouncing it because you guys know I really stink at pronunciation. So we're just going to do it like this. And be done with it. So what that word basically means is it's cattle that are of European origins, but basically came to be in the New World. They were shaped by agriculture and by environmental conditions of the southeastern United States. Now, you should know that right about the time that these guys showed up, this was Ponce de Leon arriving for his very last voyage to the New World. One of the tribes decided they didn't like their presence in the area, and they attacked. There is a tree that at some point we will cover, if I haven't covered it already, called Manichil tree, and it is highly, highly poisonous. Like, just sitting underneath this tree in the rain is enough to poison you. So he gets attacked. Yes, they did, because they had to eat something. They were colonizing. They were planning to make a home probably in Florida. But anyway, they left. Ponce de Leon got shot with an arrow made from this poisonous tree, or was poisoned using poison from that tree. So they took him. They left Florida. I'm assuming it was Florida. And they went to Cuba. Well, when they left, they didn't take their cattle with them. They left them. And so my information has them with the animals being here for like 350 years in the wild. This breed was bred to be heat tolerant. They have a fairly long life. They're resistant to parasites and diseases. They may live for up to 25 years. They weigh around 800 pounds. Supposed to be top of the range. They were primarily used in cattle production, but they were cattle production. They were used primarily in beef production and also for milk. They were also used for their tallow and their skin. Tallow is fat. It's what we would have made candles out of, among other things. Now, along the way, they were raised by the colonists, the people that were forming these colonies. They were also eventually taken in by the Cherokee, the Creek. Why don't you listen instead of, man, what are you talking about? Listen for a little bit, figure out what we're talking about, and then ask questions. Because it's in the title of the live and in the description. Although you're probably surfing through lives. So, yeah. So, they were, and you need to be polite. They were taken in by the Cherokee, the Creek, the Seminole, the Choctaw, and the Chickasaw. Hi. Hi, Shazad Khan. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Now, in the Civil War, the American Civil War, they would have been used to pull wagons as well as cannons. They would have been used for plowing. They would have participated in the timber industry, pulling wagons and getting the trees out of forest. They would have been used to take goods into market. So they were an animal that was used for quite a bit besides just meat and whatever. Yeah, like oxen. They started on a decline in the late 1800s and into the early 1900s. crossbreeding almost destroyed this breed. So what they were doing is they would take this animal, one breed, and they would breed it with another. And when you do that, your genetics get wobbled. And so, as a breed, this crossbreeding was destroying it. Now, these animals tend to be a solid color or spotted. They tend to be red, brown, black, or white. Their horns typically curve inward or upward. Farmers actually prefer herds that are multicolored. There is some good news, though. There is some good news. Farmers are working now to keep this breed alive. Now, something you may not know about this breed, I certainly did not. In fact, I knew nothing about this breed coming into this, is that cattle typically feed on grass. But these cattle will feed on brush and trees. So they're actually eating these animals basically feed on grass, or they will feed on grass, but they typically feed on leaves and twigs, stuff like that, or they can. Why is that still showing up? I thought I timed him out. So then, why? I don't see him on my Chromebook, but I see it on my phone. Makes no sense. Oh, Barragon, we're not talking about me. We're talking about somebody that I kicked. For the first 350 years that this animal was in this country, they basically lived on their own. Now, they might have been in care some of that time, but basically they were put out. I don't have a lot of information on the breed. It's not, a lot of it was repeat of what I already had. It says that there are fewer than 200. I don't know if that is accurate. Yeah, I don't have Now, they were actually given up because ranchers, farmers wanted a larger animal. So these guys definitely are not gonna win prizes as far as size goes. They are known to be good at breeding, longevity. Meat quality might be a little bit lower than in other species. And there might be other more abundant heat tolerant cattle. But these guys have been around for a while. So we'll take that, I think. Anyway, that's a little bit about the Pineywoods cattle. Our next jump into this topic is going to be oh wait, nope. So next week we're doing the Philippine eagle. And then the next time that we revisit this animal or this theme of the endangered barnyard will be colonial Spanish horses, and it will be September 25th. This channel will and forever be looking at oh, it's doing it again. I really need no, not yet. In fact, that one has not come up yet. I did, since we missed last week for whatever reason, I moved the conservation spotlight for last week to June. I think so to some extent. We are going to be covering some other animals. If you enjoyed the discussion or the video on the corpse flower on the main channel, we will be doing a conservation spotlight on it on this channel coming up in April. So, just something to look forward to. Also, I went in and did updated the lives on the other channel so that they're good through whatever month, and then I need to do this one. Hi guys, how is everybody? Now I'm cold. I think it's beautiful. Nice. I think they need to make the rhinos so that they're able to use the water more. Like every exhibit that I see in regular zoos has them with big, huge pools, and they need to do the same thing for the Indian elephants, the Asian elephants, and the African elephants. If they haven't. It's been a while since I played, so. And the tigers. The tigers need to be able to do that too. And jaguars. So I have to ask Baragon, do you have jaguars? I think you do. Oh, nice. Um, they will use the water, but what I love about the jaguars is that you can get black ones. I was fortunate to have a melanistic at least once. But I'm weird because when I play, I tend to I will play until the animals basically stop reproducing. They like eventually die off, and that's when I put something else in their enclosure. Sort of like they do in regular zoos. I don't always have the same thing. So a lot of times when that happens, I'll switch to cougars. Just to make it interesting. Rhinos sort of come and go from the water. I think the greater one-horned will spend more time in the water, but they will wallow. Hippos definitely. It works. Although I will say this, I've never had to go in and replace the salties. I want American crocodiles. Guys, I'm going to grab my blanket off my bed. Yeah, I don't turn off the I don't I don't allow my animals to starve. Like they're fed, but they don't catch diseases. Which sort of defeats the purpose of having vets, but whatever. All of my animals eventually will die, and that's okay. Yep. And I don't understand that. How you get an animal that comes into your zoo, it's not in the exhibit for a minute, and it's injured. Explain that to me. One of my all-time personal favorite exhibits was a mixed exhibit of emus and I think kangaroo. Also, my crazy, way too big hippo exhibit. It had river hippos and red river hogs, I think. We do love them. I do love my hippos. Every once in a while, I would share pictures with Carry Me Through, especially when I got babies. Man, it's only halfway through the live and I'm already done. I think after this, I think it's just a cold. I did. I had the Red River Hogs. I don't know. Do we have warthogs? I think we have warthogs. I only just started doing combined exhibits. You know, um, if you look at the zoos in Europe, a lot of them do multi-species exhibits. A lot of them. Even with the hippos. It's not uncommon to find them with lechwe, or waterbuck. Now, how does that? I vaguely remember that. That is so crazy, though. But I guess cheetah really doesn't feed on rhino. What I love are the gorillas with other primates. Um, they, I've seen colobus in with gorillas. So the gorillas have the low ground, and the colobus monkeys have the upper ground. Yeah, I don't think you can get away with that though with chimps. Like, I would love to do bonobos and chimpanzees together. I don't think you can do that though. Yeah, that's the problem. They need to figure out how to do flying animals. They need to figure out how to do actual flying birds so that I can have my harpy eagle aviary. That's what I want, and I want it for my birthday. They should. Yup. They might have to reduce the size a little bit, but or they could just do like California condor, Andean condor, Philippine eagle. No. The only birds that we have are, correct me if I'm wrong, Baragon. We have ostriches, emus, cassowary. I don't know if we have rheas yet. We have mute swans and chickens. They could even do. We have bats. Okay. Um, we have bats. I would think they could do hummingbirds using the same mechanics. Oh yeah, I forgot the cranes. See, though, it's been a while since I've been able to buy packs, so I'm a little behind. It seems like they could do herons too if they wanted to. Maybe the black swans, since they gave us since they gave us were nice enough to give us the mute swans. Maybe ducks, like mandarin ducks. Yup. Pelicans would be awesome. American white pelicans. Maybe brown pelicans. And that's the thing is, oh, I forgot peacocks. We have peacocks. Or peafowl. Loons. They could do loons for that matter. Well, we have flamingos. In fact, I really like my flamingo exhibit. It's basically a river. A very slow river. Hi, everybody. I'm sitting here chatting and not looking at the stream to see if new people are coming in. In case you're in here and you are wondering why we aren't discussing cattle, it's because that part of the live is done. And we are just chatting. I also really like the giant otters. Nice. Do we have koi? Because that'd be so cool to combine the koi with the... or a small pond. Ah. Sounds like the wind's picking up, carrying me through. There's still animals that I want to see in the game. For all that we have. And I mean, I'm grateful for the ones that we have. I really am. Oh, joyful. After this, I'm going to probably. So, I talked about selling on Etsy. I was this close to having everything set up and quickly realized that's not going to happen. Yeah. Of course I would. You know, Berg, I don't know if I'm following you or not, or subscribed to you or not. I need to do that. I need to go through my list and see if there's subscribers that I want to subscribe to. Or look and see if there's people that I want to subscribe to. Okay. I want porcupines. I know we have crested porcupines, but I want North American porcupines. Hi, Void YT. Okay. I can't complain other than I'm sick, but I'm good. Oh, it's okay. I'll be okay. On this channel, I have to look. Yeah. Why don't I give you guys the schedule? So, Philippine Eagle is going to be next week. Conservation Spotlight is going to be September 18th is going to be a conservation spotlight on the Wyoming toad. And then September 25th is going to be colonial Spanish horses. And just for my friend, well, really not for him, but for everybody, October is going to be Channel Island fox, pygmy hippo, giant whiptail ray, Jeffrey zebra, and psychedelic rock gecko. So, we have a really weird mix of critters that we're going to be talking about. That reminds me, I need to play Battle Lines before I sign off for the evening. You know, I could have swore I posted my video for today. But then I'm like, no, I didn't. For the main channel, not for this channel. I only have one person watching. Carrie, are you? Okay. Then I guess I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. I have been really, really bad. My goal is to get video scripts typed up, to get Saturday I'm recording lives, or not lives, but shorts. That's my plan. Except that sometime Saturday we are having another birthday party. It seems never ending in my family. I love my family, but there's always something. So the next video on the main channel is going to be on the manta ray. I almost said manatee, and that was not right. I hear drums. What the heck? Nope, I didn't. Oh, gosh darn it. Guys, I'm going to give it just 3 more minutes and then I'm signing off. Yeah, mostly because I'm not feeling good. No, I'm not talking live. That's for the other channel. I was talking video. Okay, guys, I am going to go. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Stay healthy. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. I hope so. Bye-bye.